All right, I think we are up and running now. I usually like to wait to say anything for a couple of seconds because it seems like there's a little bit of a lag, and that way everybody can get logged in and joined up before we actually get started. So tonight we got a lot of fun stuff on tap. We're going to open some baseball and some football. The general order that we're going to go in will be the 2011 Prime Signatures Football, then 2017 Flawless Football, then some Leaf Trinity Baseball, and some Gypsy Queen Baseball. So that's the order that things are going to roll in tonight. And before we actually start ripping any packs, we've got a little information to go over. So give me a second here. We're going to pull that up on the screen and get started with it. So the first thing that you see there, my feedback is completely automated on eBay. So anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. And the second and most important thing that you see is thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you who bids with me and breaks with me. Many of you keep me company in chat and all of that. So thank you, everyone. Next up, we have a quick look at what is listed in the days ahead, the 5 days coming up. These are the breaks that are already listed on eBay that are up and available to bid on right now. And by the way, down here in Sunday, I've got to check that for that other half of Leaf Trinity. If I accidentally listed the Cardinals and the Indians, I'll have to go in and end those auctions because there are no hits in the product for that. I didn't have them listed for tonight's break, but I don't remember if I do in break number 4, so I'll have to go back and check that. But anyway, tomorrow night we have Leaf Metal Draft that comes out tomorrow. We're going to break it tomorrow. It's all hits, no base cards. We also will open some Optic basketball and some more Flawless Football. On Saturday, some memorabilia, some one-box breaks, and in addition to some more Leaf Metal Draft, we will also open some Elite Draft picks. That also comes out Friday, but we're not going to start breaking it until Saturday. Both of those draft products will be sold by the first letter of the last name. On Sunday, we've got some more Prime Signatures, some more one-box breaks, more Trinity Baseball, more Gypsy Queen Baseball. On Monday, once again, some one-box stuff, some memorabilia, some more Optic. And then on Tuesday, some more memorabilia, Leaf Metal Draft, the last of the Flawless, and some more Elite Draft Picks football. So that's kind of what we're looking at in the days ahead, bringing up tonight. Once again, if you missed this part earlier, I know people jump in and out all the time. 2011 Prime Signatures is up first tonight. Flawless Football is actually second. I know it's listed third there, but Flawless is actually second. Trinity Baseball is our third break for tonight. Gypsy Queen is our fourth. The paid shipping breaks, which are really everything but Prime Signatures, will ship approximately Monday the 9th. That's this upcoming Monday. The free shipping stuff, which is Prime Signatures tonight, that always goes out 5 or 6 days after the auction ends. So in this case, it's going to go out approximately Wednesday the 11th. One other thing to take note of on this page, if your team is not pulled in a break, if you don't pull anything, not a base card, not a single thing, you are still entitled to a consolation trading card. It's typically sent with your next hit. It can be sent sooner. All you have to do, send me a little message in eBay. We'll get you taken care of. And I need to turn on another light. Give me 1 second. I just realized it's not on. I thought it looked dark. I'll be right back. That should make it a little easier to see things here in a minute. All right, so first up tonight is our 5 boxes of 2011 Prime Signatures Football. That is a half case break. It is break number 60, so we've been busting into this a lot lately. And of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, the 5th of April, and we're live streaming it tonight. Team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. John, you must have just missed my rundown. We are doing Prime Signatures, followed by Flawless, followed by Trinity, followed by Gypsy Queen. That's the order we're working in tonight. And so once again, if you are not in this particular break, you're going to see a spreadsheet go up before the start of your break. Right now, you'll see the focus change. Don't worry, you're still going to be able to see the cards and everything, even though the background is going a little out of focus. I like to manually set it so that we can look at everything up close. Prime Signatures, this is the back half of a case we started the other day. So we don't have to put these into random to figure out which ones we're opening tonight, because these are the half that's left. Oh, John, you're taking off. It's not going to be long till we get to Trinity. Don't wander too far, because Prime Signatures is pretty quick, and so too is Flawless. Neither one of those take very long. So don't wander away too far, John, and then you'll miss Trinity. All right, guys, so in each one of our boxes here, many of you probably know this. A lot of you probably break this on a very regular basis. We have got 1 pack per box, and there will be usually 1 hit per pack. Every once in a while, we get lucky and have 2 hits in a pack. Doesn't happen too often, but occasionally. And then next thing to know about this, we may have some redemptions in here. And if our redemptions come up, they are going to show that they're expired, but you do still want to redeem them in your account, your Panini account, just like you would an unexpired redemption. If they have it, they'll usually send it out within a couple of months on the older stuff. That is, as we all know, not always true of the newer stuff, but the older stuff, if they have it, you're usually going to get it in a couple of months. And if a couple of months have gone by and you haven't gotten it, then that probably means that they don't still have it around. And in which case, what you would want to do is reach out to them. I recommend either Facebook or Twitter, and they will work with you if you can find a live person and find you a replacement card. So that's the deal. Flawless is not unlicensed, John. Flawless is it's a Panini product, and they hold the only NFL license, the exclusive NFL license, actually. All right, so first up for the Raiders to 499, Todd Christensen. Every card in here is numbered too, guys, even our base cards. Danny Amendola to 499 for the Rams. Dallas Clark to 99 for the Colts. Next up is Ricky Stanzel to 199 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Thurman Thomas to 499 for the Bills. Miles Austin to 499 Cowboys. Chad Greenway to 499 for the Vikings. And there's a nice little hit for the Saints with a Mark Ingram on card, hard signed auto, numbered 249. So there's a very nice little hit there for the Saints. Actually, this has got a redemption on the back of it, but we'll set that aside for a minute. Clay Matthews to 499 for the Packers. Brian Hartline, 499 Dolphins. Joe Montana to 25 for the 49ers. Nice low number on that. Matt Castle to 499 Chiefs. Rod Woodson to 499 for the Steelers. James Laurentis to 99 for the Rams. And little Stevie Johnson to 75 for the Buffalo Bills. And of course, you know I always hold the redemptions for last because I think it's more interesting to look at them at the end. Save one for the end. So we'll flip that over in a minute. Vernon Davis to 499 for the 49ers. Charlie Trippy to 499 Cardinals. Heath Miller to 99 for the Steelers. And hey, how about a little Heath Miller autograph right behind that, numbered to 25. So that's a cool little hit for the Steelers with Heath Miller. And our redemption, which you know will also go to the checklist and verify, because it's not going to tell us who it is. It is Prime Signature Gold, which means it's probably going to be pretty low numbered. Card number 141. So let's buzz over here to the Panini website, and we'll pull up the checklist and see what we can find out about that. I know it's a lot of drop-down menus, but it's very handy that they keep all this stuff on here. It goes back to, what, like 2009, I think. All right, Prime Signature Gold is where? Right there. And what did I say the card was? 141. 141. That is, oh, also for the Steelers. How about that? It is Rashard Mendenhall for the Steelers, and it's going to be numbered to 25. So Steelers kind of did okay here, right? I mean, a couple of hits for the Steelers out of this half case. All right, let's get this labeled up, and then we'll recap our hits out of Prime Signatures. You saw me put that in a sleeve, so I am writing on the sleeve. I'm not writing on your redemption card, if that sort of thing makes a difference to you. So the redemption, Steelers to 25, that'll be Rashard Mendenhall according to the checklist. Heath Miller to 25 for the Steelers. Stevie Johnson to 75 for the Buffalo Bills. Nice little Mark Ingram to 49 on card for the Saints. And then finally, Ricky Stanzi to 199 for the Kansas City Chiefs. So there you go. That has Prime Signatures locked and loaded, which means it's going to be time to do a little flawless football. Let me just get our spreadsheet up for that, and we'll take a look at it. So once again, if you are in Flawless Football, please take a moment to review the information there on the screen. The break is anticipated to ship on Monday. That is always plus or minus a day, meaning it could go Saturday, it could go Tuesday, but my best estimate is Monday. And once again, if you do not pull a card in this break, you will still be sent something. In this case with Flawless, because it is a paid shipping break, you will not have to wait for your next hit. It would go ahead and ship with the rest of the break if you're entitled to a consolation card or cards in the Flawless break. So this is one box of 2017 Panini Flawless Football. It is a half case break. It's 2 boxes per case of Flawless. This is break number 2. It came out yesterday. We opened it last night. We're opening it again tonight, which is, of course, April the 5th. Team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. One thing I will note in general about tonight, guys, is that eBay didn't do me any favors. They did not send out any end of transaction notices tonight. So I had to kind of go through and try to copy and paste all that stuff from each individual auction, which is a little bit more... It's easier to make a mistake doing that than it is when you're copying and pasting from the end of transaction notice, is my point. So if you see a mistake on the spreadsheet, 2 things. 1, feel free to jump in and tell me, and I will correct it right now while we're on the air. And second one is, if you see a mistake on there, don't worry. It does not mean that it would ship incorrectly, because I don't ship from the spreadsheet. I use the invoices directly from eBay to do the shipping. And last night, of course, I was trying to get in this. I'm like, why can I not get in this? And somebody had to tell me in chat. They're like, the stickers. Oh, yeah, see, I forgot about the stickers. So, yeah, sometimes that happens. So in our little briefcase, this is just a little kind of card saying that the gems in here are, you know, authentic. And then, of course, the rest of our briefcase, other than these little keys, empty, because we just took it all out. We have 3 encased cards that are there on the top. We're going to save those for last, because you know I like to save the best for last. And then our other cards are here in this nice little box. And of course, if you want a one-touch case for anything that you pull, a magnetic one-touch case, just let me know. Tell me in chat or send me a message on eBay. It's always just at my cost for the case, and the PayPal fees usually ends up being about $3 unless it's for a booklet or something like that. And let me get the proper size sleeves laying out on the table here, and we are ready to see what we've got in Flawless tonight. Kenny Golladay to 25. Little Kenny G action for the Detroit Lions first up. Next out, this is numbered to 10, and a nice little Raiders hit here. We have Charles Woodson and Khalil Mack and Howie Long on there. Kind of cool having Howie Long on there too. Cowboys. Cowboys coming up with a little Larry Allen. This is numbered to 15. And of course it is hard signed. All the autographs in here should be hard signed. I think they're supposed to be. We'll put it like that. For the price, they definitely should be. Numbered to 10. Nice little Thurman Thomas hit for the Bills. Jason Taylor for the Dolphins, numbered to 5. That is 5 of 5. Another nice look-back hit there. LaDainian Tomlinson, that is a sweet little patch. Of course, you've got the nice on-card auto too, but very nice patch there as well. That is numbered to 15 on the LaDainian Tomlinson for the Chargers. Then the Pittsburgh Steelers, Antonio Brown. Very nice. Little AB to 5. Love me some Antonio Brown. You guys know I like my Steelers. Now let's take a look at our encased cards. Our signature card, Joe Montana to 5. Very nice hit for the 49ers. You've got the relic, which you barely have 2 colors. There's a tiny little bit of red there below that white seam. And, of course, your on-card signature as well. So Joe Montana to 5 is a very nice hit for the Niners. Our first gemstone out, this is a little diamond in there, actually. A little piece of diamond. It is Brett Favre, numbered to 10. And our second gemstone card, numbered to 5, Taywan Taylor for the Titans. And that, I think, is that an emerald, I think? Is that what that, I think that's an emerald. All right, so let's recap our flawless. The Taywan Taylor to 5 for the Titans with the little piece of emerald gemstone in there. Then to 10, the Brett Favre for the Packers, which again should be a little piece of diamond in that one. Joe Montana to 5, signature and 2-color relic for the 49ers. An awesome patch and signature of LaDainian Tomlinson to 15 for the Chargers. Antonio Brown to 5 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. For the Mariners, for the Dolphins, Jason Taylor, numbered to 5. Yeah, the Mariners would be the baseball breaks that we're going to do a little bit later tonight. Thurman Thomas to 10 for the Buffalo Bills. For the Cowboys, Larry Allen to 15. For the Raiders to 10, we have Howie Long and Charles Woodson and Khalil Mack. And finally, Kenny Golladay to 25 for the Lions. So that is that is our half case of Flawless Football for tonight. I'm sure that a lot of the football folks are getting ready to take off because we're getting ready to switch into baseball. So once again, thank you to everyone. I always appreciate each and every one of you who bids and breaks with me and chats with me and keeps everything rolling along. So I appreciate you. Hopefully we'll see you again. We're breaking a little more Flawless tomorrow night, so maybe we'll catch you back in some action for that. Meanwhile, moving on for tonight, let's take a look once again. The anticipated shipping date for Trinity Baseball is Monday the 9th. That is always plus or minus a day. And, of course, same as before, if your team doesn't pull anything in this break, you are still entitled to a consolation card or cards. In this case, they would ship with the rest of the break since this is a paid shipping break. 6 boxes of 2017 Leaf Trinity Baseball. It's a half-case break. It is break number 3. Like everything else tonight, it ended this evening, Thursday night, April the 5th, and we're live streaming it the night it ended. And, of course, same format with team names on one side and winning bidders across from it. And this is the beginning of a brand new case. So if you haven't done a break with me before, what happens when we're going to bust a new case but not break the whole case at once is that I take all of the boxes out, I number them on the end, and then use random.org to decide which ones we open tonight. versus which ones will be in the next break of this, which, if I remember what we just looked at a minute ago on the spreadsheet, I think is Sunday night, right? I think it was. It's not far from now anyway. Okay, the other thing that is that I have to tell you about Trinity. Leaf, of course, you know, they can't put the logos and all that stuff on there. Only Topps can do that. So the way that the Leaf products get around that is when we're looking at a patch card or one of those type cards, it'll have a little paragraph on the back, right? And it'll say, like, you know, so-and-so was drafted by the Padres, or so-and-so, you know, was signed by the Braves, whatever the case may be. Sometimes it might also say that they are traded to XYZ team. Hang on one second. Let's get this part done, then I'll go back and pick up the rest of that conversation in a second. Okay, so this is going to be just one random, right? So all 12 numbers are in there. I'm going to hit random one time. Whatever the first 6 numbers are that come up, those are the ones that we will open tonight. So it gives us 10, 5, 9, 6, 2, and 1. So 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, 10. 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, 10. All right, let me get these other 6 back over here in their little case. And I will pick up where I left off on our conversation about this a minute ago. So basically, since they cannot... Oh, hang on a second. We got a question on here. Trinity is what we're doing right now. Gypsy Queen is after Trinity. And... there's only one. What is your other question about Trinity? If you can just, there's a little bit of delay from the time you type it into chat to the time it pops up on my side, but I will answer it when I see it come up. So anyway, so back to this conversation about Trinity. So, because they can't use the team logos and things, right, on Trinity and any product other than Topps, what they do to designate the team on Trinity is they put the little paragraph on the back about like who drafted them, or sometimes it'll say drafted and traded. So if it says they were drafted by the Braves, that is their way of saying the card goes to the Braves. If it said, for example, they were drafted by the Braves and they were a key part of the trade to the Marlins, then that's their way of saying the card goes to the Marlins, right? Because they can't put the logos on there. So usually I will catch the verbiage if it's traded when we're doing the live break, and I'll be able to note that. Occasionally, I might not see it during the live break, and I might not see it until I do the sort. Obviously, that's not what I want to do. I want to see it live, but sometimes I just overlook it. There's a lot of writing on some of them. So if that is the case, if that ever happens, you would just, you know that it's going to go to the correct team as written on the card, is kind of the moral of the story. There are other cards in Trinity, the acetate cards. They do not have team information printed on them at all. Because again, they can't use, the official logo, and they're acetate. They can't write the little paragraph on the back. Those cards will go to the team that the player is signed with or playing for currently, as in right now, today. Some of them I may recognize and know who that team is as we go through it. Some of them I may not. So if I know who it is, I'll tell you the team as we go. If I don't, then you know why I didn't, because I don't know who the player goes to. And there's a lot of them, too many of them to look up right now, but you can look them up as we go along if you want. It's on MILB. MILB. That is the minor league baseball website. And it'll tell us even for current players that have been called up to the majors already, but they will also be on there. And they will tell you the current team name of somebody that, you know, if it's not printed on the card, and I don't know. So that's what I use when I do the sort of the acetate cards. It would, you know, we just don't usually do it as we go along through the break because it would take forever. So this one, for example, this Ahmed Rosario, right? This is one of the acetates. It doesn't have the team on there. We know Ahmed Rosario, though, is a Met. So that one we can easily say goes to the Mets. Next up, we have Mirandy Gonzalez. That is numbered to 25. And, of course, he's written Go Marlins, so we also know that he's a Marlin. But to give you an example of what I was talking about back here, see how it says on the back that he was signed by the Mets and then traded to the Miami Marlins. So, and, of course, obviously he wrote Go Marlins on the front. But if he hadn't, that's still how we would know that he was a Marlin. Next up is Shane Baz. Of course, there's no team information on that. I believe he is a Pittsburgh Pirate. Again, all that will be verified before it's sent out. Kevin Maytan, nice little hit to 25, and he is still noted on here as a Brave. So the Braves is the only team they mention. The Braves is where that one goes. Next up is Mitch Keller to 25. And Mitch Keller, that might be the Oakland A's, but I'm not 100% sure about that one. Brent Rooker on card, nice patch, really nice patch. And the Brent Rooker goes to the Twins, the Minnesota Twins. So I'm guessing there's only one. Did I address your question then? Because I haven't seen you type anything else back in there, so I'm hoping I did. There is Kyle Wright. That's one I will have to look up because I don't want to hazard a guess. Hagen Danner. And Hagen goes to the Blue Jays, as seen there on the back. Drew Waters. Drew is not numbered, and oh, that's another one. Like I have a guess as to who it is, but I don't want to really just throw out a guess and be wrong and then have somebody be all upset about it later. So this is Gavin Sheets for the White Sox. Next up, Brendan McKay. Oh, there's a nice hit to 25 on the Brendan McKay. On card, of course. All these are on card. And then we have Ramos, another really nice patch, an on-card auto. And that, of course, is for the San Francisco Giants. Austin Beck. Once again, I believe Austin Beck is an A, an Oakland A, but we'll have to check it, right? So Mitch Keller is a Pirate. What did I say? Yeah, I think I said an A, didn't I? Mitch Keller's Pirate. See, that's why I shouldn't guess, because, like, yeah, that's what happens. So, again, anything that doesn't have the team name printed on it, I'm going to look it up at that website I told you about, which is the official website of Minor League Baseball, MILB.com, before I send it out, so we know it's going to the right place. Ryan Valade, that is the Colorado Rockies. And any card that doesn't have a team printed on it, it's going to go to the current team that they are with right now at this point in time. That is Jeter Downs. That will be a Cincinnati Red. Sam Carlson, numbered to 10. And I'm not sure what that... You know what that looks like, right? I'm sure that's not the word it looks like, but something pick. But it looks like it says ASS pick. And this is for the Mariners, the Seattle Mariners. And then we have Lazaro Armenteros. And that again, I believe, yeah, the Oakland A's. Okay, I thought the A's, and then there for a second I saw free agent. I'm like, oh man, did I have that wrong? Joe Adell and the Angels. Look at that patch. That is beautiful. Got a nice little part of the logo. It's numbered to 10. That is a pretty awesome hit for the Angels. Zach Collins. And then we have J.B. Bukowskis. And he is the Astros. Colton Welker, that is numbered to 5 on Colton Welker. And then we have Tanner Houck. Another nice patch on card auto. That is the Red Sox for Tanner Houck. A 1/1 printing plate, and it is Alex Lang. And of course, again, that's a sticker auto on there. Gleyber Torres for the Yankees, New York Yankees. And Nick Pratto to 10. A redemption for Nick Pratto. So got a couple of Nicks back to back. This one, though, will be for a patch autograph card. Then we have Luis Camposano to 25, which I think is the A's. Nope, it's the Padres. See, there you go. That's why I shouldn't guess. It's the Padres. Gurriel, that is for sure going to be a Toronto Blue Jay, and that is a really nice patch there for the Gurriel as well. Tristan Lutz, followed by Rhys Hoskins. We all know where that goes. Philadelphia Phillies are pretty happy along about now. That is a nice Rhys Hoskins hit. Clark Schmidt to 10. Christopher, I never say this right, C. Sice. I don't get his name right pretty much ever, but he is a Texas Ranger. Numbered to 5, we have Hans Krause, or Krause. Joe Perez, that's a nice looking patch as well. I love all the patches in here. That again is an Astro. Another 1/1 printing plate. We have a pair of them. This is Ruiz, Norge, or something similar to that. Ruiz, Norge is the first name. Victor Robles for the Nats, numbered to 25. All right, so let's go through and recap once again our Trinity hits. Our 1/1 printing plate with Norge Ruiz. Our Hans Krause to 5. Clark Schmidt to 10. Tristan Lutz. A redemption for a patch autograph card, Nick Pratto. Another Nick Pratto live there in the product. That is numbered to 10 on the acetate. A 1/1 printing plate, Alex Lang. Colton Welker, that's numbered to 5. Zach Collins. Jeter Downs. Austin Beck. Brendan McKay, that's a super nice hit. That Brendan McKay is numbered to 25 too. That's a super nice hit. Drew Waters. Kyle Wright. Mitch Keller. Shane Baz. Ahmed Rosario. It's also a nice little hit for the Mets. Then our patch and other cards. And if anybody wants a list of where all the acetates are going, the ones that don't have, the team name printed on them, and some of them I named off when we went through, and some of them I wasn't sure 100%, so I didn't want to say it and have it be wrong and have somebody be upset about that later. If you want the whole list of where everything's going, just shoot me a message over in eBay and say, hey, send me the list. And then as soon as I go through the MILB website and verify each one of those, I will happily type that up and email it to you. Because sometimes these guys go in trades and things as well, which I don't want to mess up and hazard a guess and have it be incorrect, that they've been traded, or I have it mixed up in my head, So I'd rather just verify it and do it that way. So again, if you want the list, I know we did that for a couple people the last time. Shoot me over a message, and I'm happy to do it. Otherwise, of course, you can look up any of those on MILB.com, and it'll be whatever their current team is. If you don't want to wait for the list from me, is the point, I guess, of that. And then finally, the Merandy Gonzalez, and again, traded to the Marlins, which it says there on the back, signed by the Mets, traded to the Marlins. And of course, he's written on the front, Go Marlins anyway. So that's how we know what is going on there. So Trinity is all locked and loaded, and that is going to bring up Gypsy Queen Baseball. Gypsy Queen is also the start of a new case, which means we're going to go through the same process that we did with Trinity. In that, I will take each of the boxes out. We will number them on the end, and then let random.org make a determination as to which ones we open tonight versus which ones we open in the next break. However, before we do that, I've got to get the spreadsheet up. I'm just getting out some of the correct size sleeves here so that we're going to be ready to roll. And let's take a look at what we've got here. Well, first, that doesn't help us because that's the break we just did. So if you are in the Gypsy Queen break, I am anticipating your break will ship on Monday. Your cards from tonight, it is always plus or minus a day. It could go Saturday, although that is unlikely. It could also potentially slide into Tuesday, but my hope, of course, is Monday. And this is a half case. It is break number 5. It is the beginning of a new case, as I just mentioned a minute ago. And this ended tonight, April the 5th. We're live streaming it tonight, April the 5th. Teams are on the left, bidders across from it on the right, and we are good to go. Other than we got to get them all out and number them and let random pick them out for us. But other than that, we're ready to rock and roll. Oh, there's only one. Can you please send me that message in eBay? Because, of course, I don't know what your eBay user ID is in relation to what your YouTube name is, for one thing. And also, I don't really have anything I can, write it down on at the moment. But if you wouldn't mind just jotting me that request and sending it over in the message on eBay, I can then just reply to that message and send you the list. Every once in a while, somebody will have the same username on YouTube as they have on eBay, but most of the time they don't. And you know what? Did I say 6 boxes on this? It's not 6, it's 5. Oh, I said 5. Okay. I was like, what did I have on that spreadsheet? I had to go back and look. It does say 5 on there. I probably just read off 6, but I had 5 typed in. So anyway, that's the hazard of switching back and forth between Heritage and Gypsy Queen, because Gypsy Queen, of course, is a 10-box case. Heritage is a 12-box case. But I know it was listed correctly with the correct quantity on eBay, and the spreadsheet we just looked at also said 5 times. I just stupidly said 6, I think. M. Kent Doss, anything that you bid on in the same day, I will automatically combine at the end of the night. You cannot combine across days, no, because typically breaks from one day aren't going to ship with breaks from another day. I mean, every once in a while they might, but not very often. So it is anything that is within the same day. And of course, you have to wait to get the manual invoice from me before you pay. If you pay before you get the manual invoice, then you're going to be paying full price for it. And of course, all that stuff also is in the listing description, talks about combined invoices and kind of says that same thing I just said right there. So hopefully that answers your question. But if it doesn't, type in and give me something more specific and I'll make another go at it. So this is 2, 4, 5, 9, and 7. So 2, 4, 5, 7, and 9 will be opening tonight. 2, 4, 5, 7, 9. All right. Let's get this out of the way. Those are our 5 boxes. Let me get these others back in their case over here, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. And of course, this break takes a while. So if you have anything, you know, you need a soda, you need a snack. Now's a good time to do it because these breaks take a while. There's a lot of base in these. Each one will have a box topper, and it is a nice little chrome card. They are usually not signed, although there are signature variations. We haven't pulled any yet this year, but there's the possibility, of course, of pulling a signature variation of one of these as well. Sometimes they're numbered as well, occasionally. But anyway you cut it, they're pretty cool. Just big, like 5x7 kind of chrome cards. No, well, see, tomorrow's breaks won't have a Monday shipping date, M. Kent Doss. They would be a Tuesday or Wednesday shipping date, but they definitely won't have the same day. The only thing that is combined across days are the free shipping breaks, and that's why they don't ship for 6 to 7 days. Anything with completely free shipping, yes, you can combine across days, but anything that is a paid shipping break, it's usually going to ship like, you know, this is a lot of stuff from tonight. It's all of Gypsy Queen, it's all of Flawless, and it's all of Trinity, all to go out on Monday. So, you know, then to try to do more breaks on Monday aside from those three would be kind of hard. Colorado Rockies Nolan Arenado. Because, you know, each one takes a good long while to sort, and then you've got to get it ready to ship and then print the labels and actually get it shipped, and it takes a surprising amount of time. So, you know, surprisingly, probably longer than you would think that it does, but it's a chore to get it all sorted and shipped. And not to mention that, it would be an absolute nightmare to try to track the shipping, right? Because if something's already paid, then for me to invoice the next day, I would have to go back and see like what had been paid and how much had been paid and what was pending and what had shipped and what hadn't shipped and what I thought might ship the same day. I mean, it would really logistically even be a hot mess, aside from the fact that it would be really difficult to get extra stuff out in the day. But it is for the same day, absolutely. Anything you do in the same day, I will happily combine it together. All you have to do is just wait for the combined manual invoice, which I do. I start on those after the last auction of the night ends. So typically, you would see that show up probably about anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes before the scheduled start time of the break is when those invoices would go out. Now, eBay will send you out other invoices in the meantime, but the invoices from eBay would be full shipping price. So you really, you know, that's how you can tell the difference. If it's all the shipping just added up into one giant total, it's from eBay. If you see it as less than the full price for each team, then you know I'm the one who's done it. This is a Sandy Koufax high number, or well, technically base card short print, right? But it's kind of the high number. But again, that's the Heritage Vernacular, which is the one we most recently broke. But base card short print is probably the right way to say that for Sandy Koufax. And Nick, I see that you said you have got the big cards a lot lately. You have gotten a few of those lately. Oh, absolutely, M. Kent Doss. This is the perfect time to ask all the questions that you have, because, you know, that way I can see them live and answer them for you as we go along. And if something doesn't make sense, which, you know, can happen sometimes, you can always, you know, shoot me over something to clarify, and we'll get it sorted out right here live. For the Orioles, a little mini fortune teller, Manny Machado. And, oh, you know what, Nick? I cannot put your Michael Vick in a one-touch because it shipped. It went out the door today already, man. Yeah, it's already on the way to you. I would have otherwise, but I couldn't because it's already gone. Because you had a package going today anyway with some other stuff, and I knew you were jonesing over that Michael Vick, and it was the only other thing I had to grab, so I just grabbed it and added it for you. Yeah, I know. This is Kevin Kermayer tarot insert. I know, but like I said, you had just the one thing, right? You just had the one card and you had a package going, and I knew you wanted that Michael Vick, and I thought, man, I'm just going to surprise him and I'm going to add the Michael Vick in there. Well, surprise, but you got surprised before it shows up. This is numbered to 250, Carlos Martinez with the blue border for St. Louis. See, I was trying to give you a little extra surprise, but you know what? You already found it. It's like when I was a kid and I'd try to hide my presents that I got my dad for Christmas, and he always found them before Christmas. That's what this was like. Number 250, Andrew Miller for the Indians with the black and white parallel. Nice little Reese Hoskins there. So some of the other things that we can find in here are the capless variations. Although Justin Upton, his base card shows him capless, and it is not a variation. And there's a couple others in here, I think, that are similar that you would think would be capless, but really aren't. It's really just their base card. Then, of course, we've got the base card short prints, which we'll find a lot of our Hall of Famer and legendary type players will fall into that. There are some where the team name is blank on the front. There are some where there's a logo swap, where the Gypsy Queen logo has been swapped out with a lady's face, I guess a gypsy's face to be specific. There are some with a bazooka gum back. Now last year the bazooka backs were SSPs. This year they're not SSPs, but they are an entirely parallel set. So there's an entire parallel set of bazooka backs. So that's kind of cool. And then the other thing that falls occasionally, Jackie Robinson Day. This is Kenley Jansen tarot insert for the Dodgers. And the Jackie Robinson Day short prints don't show up super often, but here and there. This is one of our bazooka gum backs, as a matter of fact, and it is Brandon Nimmo for the Mets. So the Mets with a nice little parallel there. I'm trying to think in the others, I think in each of our other cases, we had one Jackie Robinson Day in each of the other cases, the best I recall. Iglesias for the Reds, my Cincinnati Reds. That is, the parallel, of course, is the blank team name. Trying to think what else about this set. I think that's the majority of the information about Gypsy Queen, I believe. Sometimes, as I said, flipping back and forth between Gypsy Queen and Heritage, I can think about one and it's the other. Corey Seager, mini fortune teller for the Dodgers. Sometimes it just takes a minute to get back in the other groove because you think, oh, that's an action image variation. It's like, oh no, wait a minute, that's Heritage. Edwin Encarnacion, and that, speaking of, I believe is our Jackie Robinson Day parallel, right? Or no? Yeah, that is our Jackie Robinson Day, I believe. So right off the bat, as we were talking about it, or pretty shortly thereafter, there it came for the Indians. So I don't think that, I mean, they're not technically guaranteed to be a case hit. Like the literature doesn't say you're going to have one per case or two per case or whatever. But I'm just telling you my experience in the past two cases has been that we found one in each case. So. And 2 autographs per box. That's the other thing I didn't say, like the main thing, right? I didn't say the main hits. Talking about all the short prints and the parallels. I left out the super obvious part, which is that we should find 2 on-card autographs per box. We haven't found any yet in this box, so in this last little bit here, we should see both of them pop up. Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers with the tarot insert. Here's one of our autographs. It's for the Cardinals with Tommy Pham. For St. Louis. I saw that Ohtani hit another homer off of Kluber, I think it was this last time. So, you know, maybe spring training really was what the other guy said, that he just wasn't putting his best foot forward, because he seems to be doing okay at the plate now. Well, both hitting and pitching as far as that goes. Syndergaard for the Mets. I mean, pitching would have been really good except for the fact that he gave up that one big hit. Fortune Teller Mini Carlos Correa, Astros. Jose Quintana for the Cubbies. And that is the logo swap I was talking about earlier. So you see down there in the lower left where it would be the Gypsy Queen logo, instead you have a picture of the lady's face. So logo swap variation on that one. Man, our last autograph was hanging out till the very end. And while it is an angel, it's probably not the angel you were after. You're probably after Ohtani. But we did find you a nice little Parker Bridwell to get things started for the Angels. So first box in the books. 1 down, 4 to go. And just for the benefit of those of you who might not have done a break with me before, of course you see that after we look at the cards, I set them off over to the right. Just so that you are aware, that is full of mats as well. Nice, comfy, cushy, cozy mats over there too. That's the area of the table that I typically use for sorting, but I don't like a lot of cards to be piled up and in the workspace, in the active workspace, so I keep them in smaller piles and set them over there. For the Dodgers, Corey Seager is our box topper. But they're still all nice and safe and sound over there. Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday, I think it is, we have Diamond Kings coming out. And Diamond Kings is, I think, 12-box cases, I believe. So we will probably break those half and half as well, as opposed to doing the full 12 boxes at once, because it would be a massive amount of cards. But we'll start on that, probably start opening it Wednesday night, the day it comes out, and we'll still have more Gypsy Queen mixed in along the way, as well as more Trinity, so we'll kind of be busting those 3 for a bit. For the Mets, Brandon Nimmo with the blank team name variation. Noah Syndergaard, Mets, logo swap. trying to think when the next Topps baseball comes out. I don't know. Their schedule got kind of all messed up once they pushed back Inception. It kind of messed up their whole release schedule to a certain extent over the next few weeks. Whitey Ford for the Yankees. That is one of our base card short prints. A fortune teller mini for Carlos Carrasco for the Indians. There's a little Ohtani base card, base rookie. Actually just rearranging that ever so slightly over there. It feels like Friday night, doesn't it? I don't know why, but all day today it has kind of just felt like Friday to me. Not quite sure why that is, but some days you just get your internal clock a little bit off. That's one of those days. I love Gypsy Queen. I would like to open a lot more of it, but man, there are just so many base cards. It is really so much to open. But that's also part of what makes it fun, because they have the nice look and feel of our older cards from back in the day, if you will, back when I was younger anyway. Nice little, see, that's the Justin Upton I'm talking about. That's just his base card. It looks like it should be the capless variation because he is capless, but it's actually just his base card. Didi Gregorius to 250 with the blue border for the Yankees. M. Kent Doss, what teams do you have in here tonight? Who are you pulling for in our break this evening? Ace of Swords, Giancarlo for the Yankees. Which he's in here for the Yankees for the most part, but the Stanton box toppers have been coming out for the Marlins, just as an FYI. You guys probably mostly know that by now. Many of you have probably done these breaks a few times already with Gypsy Queen. You have the Blue Jays, but you never pull for the Blue Jays. Well, that is funny. But you know, sometimes that happens. I mean, that's the interesting thing about breaks, is sometimes we buy into the teams that we don't root for in real life for, you know, other reasons. But it does make it kind of conflicting, right? I mean, because you're like, oh, I don't really ever in real life want the Blue Jays to win. But I want some Blue Jays to come out tonight. So I feel you on that, man. Rangers fan since 1972. Sweet. See, I'm a Reds fan from back in the big Red Machine days, okay? So, you know, back in the 70s with Pete Rose and Johnny Bench and all those guys, when I was a kid, that was, the Reds were, of course, they're just up the road from me, so that helps. But that's who, I guess, probably, my dad probably rooted for, too. It's probably why we grew up Reds fans, but that's back when the Reds were still, you know, good. These days we've been in rebuilding mode for the last 200 years. Here comes a nice hit for the Rockies. Ryan McMahon. Sweet. Rockies. I like it. So who is your favorite player? Who's your favorite Texas Ranger? Oh, and here's our other hit coming out right behind it for the Nats. And we have Coda Glover for the Nats. I don't know why these sleeves. I'm in a new case of sleeves that I just started the night before last maybe. And I don't want to open right. You have to kind of slide them around like you do the produce bags at the grocery store. I don't know what the deal is, but they don't want to open as easily as the last case did. Dylan Bettenses for the Yankees. Oh, Beltray is your favorite. Okay. Maybe, I don't see a lot of Bradley Zimmer for the Indians. I haven't seen a lot of Beltray stuff come out in terms of autos. Is he in? I'm assuming he's probably, is he in here in the auto checklist? Maybe. Daniel Murphy for the Nationals. But I'm just thinking in general, I haven't pulled a Beltray auto. I don't even remember the last time I pulled a Beltray auto. Sandy Koufax again for the Dodgers. So you got a couple things going on here. This is, of course, the base card short print. It's also the logo swap. So you kind of got a twofer on that Sandy Koufax. Oh, wow. Nick, that's your second McMahon auto? You're doing all right. I think that's a good hit for the Rockies. I mean, I think the kid's going to be good. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but I think so. So Beltray is in some of the high-end stuff. Yeah, that would make sense. I'm just trying to think I'm just trying to remember the last time I even pulled a Beltray in anything. Because, I don't break the, Transcendent and that, but I do 5-star and some of the higher end stuff, but I don't do the stuff that's like $7,000 or whatever. But Aaron Judge, tarot insert for the Yankees. I'm a Johnny Bench fan myself. Johnny Bench and Hank Aaron are my two favorites. Atlanta Braves, Ruiz with the blank team name. Jake Arrieta to 250, blue border Cubbies. Nick, you should send off your, I'd send off those McMahons and get them graded. And if it were me, and maybe, get them back and then the kid will heat up and you'll pay your house payment. Marcus Stroman, tarot insert. But everything grading-wise right now is taking forever. Well, first of all, if you have something to be graded, don't send it to Beckett because they are outrageously far behind. I say recently, it's probably about 2 months ago, someone told me that they were almost a full year behind, almost a full 12-month year behind at Beckett. On the other hand, PSA, I know for sure where they are because I called and asked them. They're about a month behind. So if you send it to PSA, they don't even open it for approximately a month after they receive it. But once they open it, they shoot it back out the door in about a week. So you're probably about a 6-week turnaround if you got something graded with PSA. And from what I'm hearing, you're really literally 10 to 12 months with Beckett. Scherzer for the Nats is our box topper. Oh, you said Beltray is mostly the numbered and short print stuff. Well, that would make sense. I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that you don't pull real often. But then again, sometimes I get surprised. It was, I believe it was Heritage High number, not even regular Heritage High number, that we pulled a Mike Trout out of in the fall. Like a hand-numbered Mike Trout. It was a crazy good hit out of a product that I was not expecting to find Mike Trout, right? So, I mean, sometimes Topps surprises us and throws in some of our high-profile guys into products where you don't necessarily expect them. But I'm just bummed that we don't have Inception yet. I love opening Inception. And it was so good last year. I mean, we had so much nice stuff. One case with 2 Mike Trouts in it. Yeah, 2. Both of them numbered to under 50, patch and auto, out of 1 case. It was crazy. Pulled Mike Trout a ton out of Inception last year. I'm betting we're going to pull a ton of Aaron Judge out of Inception this year. Sean Newcomb for the Braves, and you've also got the logo swap up at the top, so kind of a little twofer on that as well, and numbered to 99. A Fortune Teller Mini J.P. Crawford, Phillies. I see a bazooka back coming up here in a second as well. And here it is. Our bazooka back is Wilson Contreras for the Cubbies. Trout, you know, I opened quite a bit of Bowman's Best myself. I don't remember pulling Mike Trout out of Bowman's Best. Well, I mean, I didn't open a ton, but I probably opened, I don't know, maybe 9 cases or something of Bowman's Best. And that's not to say that I didn't pull a Mike Trout out of there. I could have, but I don't particularly necessarily remember it. But there is a Roger Clemens. That is a base card short print for the Red Sox. But I definitely pulled him a tremendous number of times out of Inception last year. And then, of course, that other one I was telling you a minute ago, which I think was Heritage High number. I'd have to go back and watch the breaks, but I'm pretty sure it was Heritage High number. But I don't remember really pulling him out of Bowman's Best either. But you know who else I didn't pull out of Bowman's Best this past year was Ichiro. And I pulled him out of 16 Bowman's Best. And maybe we did, yeah, and a couple of other things like that, but not out of 17 Bowman's Best. So, I don't know. Some of them are just harder to hit than others. I wish I had, Bowman's Best is one that I wish I had ordered more of last year. I mean, I thought I had ordered enough to scratch my itch, so to speak. But really, I didn't. When I was done breaking it, I just kept thinking, oh, I wish I had more of this to break. So I should have probably ordered a little bit more than I did, but what are you going to do? For the Yankees, Aaron Judge, Fortune Teller Mini. I pulled him out of Gypsy Queen last year like crazy. Of course, that's before he had heated up, though, too, right? So we didn't know he was going to be as good as he was. Like, I kind of thought he might be good, but I didn't know if he's going to be that good. Chris Sale, Tarot insert. But he came out of Gypsy Queen like crazy last year. Trey Mancini, Orioles. And you know who's been coming out of Bowman's Best, who's been coming out of Gypsy Queen a lot? Ahmed Rosario. Speaking of, here he is to 250 and a numbered mini fortune teller. And so too his, what's the other, oh, why am I drawing a blank on it? The other Mets rookie, the international guy, Dominic Smith, right? I think it's Dominic Smith. Oh, boom. We got a patch card, baby. Nice. Severino for the Yankees. And we have a little tiny bit of a pinstripe in there, too. That is numbered to 50, and that is nice. I need to get a different sleeve for it, though. Gotta get the thick sleeve for that one. And you know, I just said the other night in Heritage, I was like, you know what? We haven't pulled a patch card yet out of Gypsy Queen. Haha, now we have. I like my patch cards. Yes, I do. George Springer. That is a logo swap for the Astros. You've hit, M. Kent Doss says he's hit 3 of Blake Snell. Do you mean 3 Blake Snells out of Bowman's Best, or do you mean 3 Blake Snells out of Gypsy Queen? There's another Tarot Chris Sale. I'm guessing probably you mean Bowman's Best, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, I like the Severino. I'm a fan of the patch cards, and they're hard to pull. I mean, you don't pull them as often as I would like. Well, it's obviously as often as anybody would like. We all like to pull those every time, but I think last year I opened 4 or 5 cases of Gypsy Queen, and I pulled 1 patch card, and it was somebody for the Cubs. Was it Schwarber, or I don't remember who it was. It was one of the Cubs. It wasn't Chris Bryant. I don't remember who it was, but anyway, the only patch card I pulled Gypsy Queen last year was a Cub. But it was one that had part of the baseball, had the laces on it last year, I mean. Oh, you've hit 3 Blake Snells and Gypsy Queen. Daggone, man. That's kind of... No wonder you switched up teams, right? You want a little change of pace. Yeah, sometimes if it's a player, I laugh, because it's like when you see the same player all the time and they're not a player that's super worth a lot of money, then we're like, oh, you know, Topps should do a better job randomizing. I'm guilty of this. And then if we happen to hit a super hot player, like if we hit 3 Aaron Judges, we'd think Topps was brilliant. But that's just the nature of breaks. I'm the same way. There is a little short print, capless variation, Rhys Hoskins rookie for the Phillies. That's a nice little hit right there for the Phillies. But I will say, in general, none of them have been doing a great job with the randomizing. Gary Sanchez for the Yankees, Topps or Panini. But what I was saying earlier about Gypsy Queen is that I have pulled the mini Ahmed Rosario out of at least 1 Gypsy Queen case, maybe out of both. And then we pulled the mini Dominic Smith out of there too. So it's like the Mets keep getting all of the mini autos. I mean, the mini autos out of Gypsy Queen seem to all go to the Mets. For the Cardinals to 250, blue border Tommy Pham. So I don't know why the Mets are like so hot in the mini autographs in here, but they have been out of my cases anyway. Gary Sanchez for the Yankees with the blank team name. Mike Trout tarot insert. But I am all out now of Heritage. We broke the last of that. When was it? Last night? Night before last? I don't know. Recently. The last of the Heritage went, but we do still definitely have more Gypsy Queen. Hopefully enough to hold us over until, might be Bowman that comes out next as our big one. I thought that Scooter Jeanette might have been something, but it wasn't. Rhys Hoskins, 250. Nice little black and white parallel. Phillies hit the nice short print capless variation a minute ago with Rhys, and now you have the black and white parallel to go alongside. Gabe says, no more Yankees, please. What do you got against the Yankees, Gabe? I'm just guessing you don't have them. You're ready. Tell me what team you have, Gabe. Let's try to conjure something up for you. Let's try to find a hit that will work for your team. So here we go into box 4 of 5. Yeah, I did cut the plastic. And I didn't say this earlier. I usually try to remember to, and I forgot. But if you're watching this live and you can't see chat, you need to log into YouTube to be able to see and participate in chat. For the Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw is our box topper. And if you are logged in and you still can't see chat, if you are on a mobile device like a tablet or a phone, you have to click on the link that says view the desktop version, and then you should be able to jump into chat. I try to remember to say that early in the break, and I forgot to say it tonight. So, M. Kent, you were asking when Gypsy Queen breaks again. I don't know, but I can tell you. Hang on a second. Let me, I'm not going to switch your view because I've got cards open and out on the table, obviously. But I can switch my view, and pull up the spreadsheet and tell you here in a hot second. Let's see. Friday is optics. Saturday is football. Sunday, we're going to do the back half of the case that we're working on right now. Will be Sunday night. We'll break the back half of this case. Oh, Gabe, you are loaded up, my friend. You have got the Pirates, the Mariners, the White Sox, and the Reds. All right. Then let's find you something then. That's funny. He says so far he's all about that base, about those base cards. You know the song that has all about that base. That's a nice play on words. I like it, Gabe. Well, let's focus on your Reds, because you know I'm a Reds fan. I'd love to pull you a nice big... I'd be happy to pull any hit for you out of here, but I'm going to try to conjure up a Reds hit, because I like to look at the Reds hits too, you know? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, on the Gypsy Queen for Sunday, M. Kent, if you haven't ever used this service, this goes to anybody. There is a service called Auction Sniper that I absolutely love. I use it myself. It's auctionsniper.com. Carson Fulmer to 50 for the White Sox. How about that, Gabe? We conjured you up something, a black and white version of Carson Fulmer for your White Sox. But if you use auctionsniper.com, you can enter your bids ahead of time, and it places them like 4 or 5 seconds before the auction actually ends. But here's the fun part about it. They notify you if you get outbid in the interim and that kind of stuff. So you can put in a bid like days, weeks, months ahead of time and then not think about it again. Cole Calhoun for the Angels to 250 with the blue border. And they don't charge you anything if you don't win the bid. And if you win the bid, they charge you, I mean, I think there may be different rates, but most of the time it's about a quarter. And I use it quite often because I see stuff and it's several days out and I know that I will forget to bid on it. So I put it in there. And then you can go in and adjust your bid anywhere along the way up until about 2 or 3 minutes before the auction ends. It'll let you adjust it or cancel it or whatever you want to do with it. To 250, a little Bryce Harper blue border numbered tarot insert. So I'm a big fan of that just because I often forget. And with breaks, you know, eBay charges us that extra fee if you list for longer than, for shorter than 5 days. So almost all breaks are listed for 5 days out or 7 days out for that reason. Man, I can't remember that. So, yeah, so I use Auction Sniper. Honus Wagner for the Pirates. Look at this, Gabe. We're conjuring up all kinds of stuff for you. Here is a base card short print, Honus Wagner for the Pirates. So all we had to do was put it out in the universe, and we're finding you something besides base cards now. Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers, Fortune Teller Mini. Oh, and M. Kent says that Gabe beat him out on the Reds. He was trying to get the Reds, and Gabe sniped him there. I might not have sniped him, but I just said sniped him because we were talking about Auction Sniper. Yeah, I'll be glad to see Hunter Green come up for the Reds. I know we got a long ways to go. We just drafted him in 2017. I know. But I kind of am thinking maybe by the time we get Hunter Green up to the show that we will be done rebuilding with the Reds. One would hope. I don't know. It just seems like we have been so bad for so long. Oh, it's terrible. That's for the Angels. Especially because we have Joey Votto, who is so good. And we actually have some pretty good players. It's just our pitching has been awful for so long. For the Blue Jays, a little Justin Smoke with blank team name. So there too is, M. Kent, you have the Blue Jays in here, right? So there's a little, a variation for you with the Justin Smoke. So we're working on it. We're working on everybody's to-do list here. Or your wish list, maybe is a better way to say it than a to-do list. But it's funny how many times that works like that when somebody will type in, I really, I have such and such teams and I haven't pulled anything or whatever. It's funny how many times that something will come out shortly after that for one of those teams. But hey, I'm a big fan of always just setting your intentions, right? And just saying, hey, this is what I want to pull tonight. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but never hurts to try it anyway. That's my viewpoint. And look at that. Did I not say I wanted to find a Cincinnati Reds hit for you? Oh. See, we've pulled 3 of your 4 teams since you typed that in there, Gabe. So we have Adam Duvall for my Cincinnati Reds. Gabe is crushing it right now. Crushing it. You want a box topper, M. Kent? Let's see if we can't find you a box topper. There's only 1 box left, but it could be that we will find it. Next out for the Oakland A's, Dustin Fowler. It's a pretty good little hit, too, for the A's. Little rookie ink. A fortune teller mini Rafael Devers for the Red Sox. Yeah, so Gabe, you went from being very sad about what you had to very happy all in 1 box. Because this has been a really good box for you, man. That looks, well, look at that. No, I guess that is just the regular. I don't know why, for some reason that caught my eye and I thought maybe it was a variation of some sort, but it wasn't. Fortune teller mini Bryce Harper for the Nats. M. Kent says that he's a stud. I'm not sure if you're talking about Bryce Harper or you're talking about Dustin Fowler. Or maybe you're talking about Gabe. But I think you're probably talking about Dustin Fowler, but I'm not 100% sure. I will tell you this. I had a whole new level of respect for Bryce Harper last year after he charged the mound and kind of did his deal. You guys remember that? I mean, it was kind of weird because it didn't, I don't know. It was just, it kind of looked like he was mad and wanted to fight, but like not ready to fight. I don't know. But anyway, I did gain a whole new level of respect when he charged the mound. Cespedes for the Mets, that is the logo swap variation. Oh, you meant Devers. I missed all of the above. Yeah, Devers is going to be, Devers already was awesome in the fall. He's going to be really good. Chapman, Tarot for the Yankees. Yeah, Devers is He's something else. Chris Bryant, Cubbies. Oh, there's a Walker Buehler went by for the Dodgers. A base rookie, but it caught my eye. A Bazooka back, a parallel for guess who? Joey Votto and the Cincinnati Reds. This whole box is just all about Gabe. Well, except for maybe the A's. I don't think the Dustin Fowler was his hit. But just about everything else has been. Chris Davis, tarot insert for the A's. Another Ohtani base rookie. All right, I've already cut the plastic. This is our last box. And we're trying to conjure up the box topper for the Blue Jays and M. Kent Doss. Oh, let's try. He says, there for a minute, I thought he said, oh, no, he wants to change it to a Reds. But no, he said it was a Reds box of the last box. It was kind of, wasn't it? Some nice stuff come out of there for the Reds in the last box, number 5. So here comes number 6. Let's see if we can make your box topper wish happen. Daggone, it's Clayton Kershaw again. This is definitely the second and maybe the third Clayton Kershaw box topper that has come out of this half of the case. That is a lot of Clayton Kershaw box toppers. I'm just happy we pulled the Pats card, frankly. I was kind of hoping that was going to come pretty soon since we had not found one in the first 2 cases. So I am happy to have found it here. All right, this is last box mojo. So we want to pull some fire out of here, some heat and some fire out of our last box. So fingers crossed that we pull something amazing. Although in general, this has been a pretty good half case, I think. Well, I wish you had the Rangers in this break because we would have pulled you one. We have Matt Bush for the Texas Rangers. That's not one that you pull a whole lot. Or I don't, anyway. Pull a whole lot of Matt Bush autos. There's another Ohtani base rookie. Shohei. Is it Shohei or Shohei? Shohei, isn't it? Santana for the Twins. That is the blank team name. Nick, you're looking for a third McMahon? Come on, man. You pulled your other one in a break with me the other day, right? One of the earlier breaks, wasn't you? I know I pulled another one. I think you are the one who got it. And then, of course, the one tonight, too. A-Rod for the Yankees. And this must be, yeah, base card short print. Sometimes I have to stop and think about that. I read an article the other day, might have been on the ESPN website, either that or Bleacher Report. Kermayer, tarot insert, about how A-Rod's image has been rehabbed. And I guess really it kind of has when you think about it, but I hadn't really thought about it a lot until I read the article, Daniel Murphy for the Nationals, but about how people feel about him now versus how they felt about him when he retired. Capless variation, Chris Davis for the Oakland A's. So a couple of capless variations that we've pulled out of this half. Yeah, it was you. Okay. Yeah, I would kind of be inclined to send the McMahons off to be graded. And who knows? I mean, that could turn out to be, maybe he's going to be bust. I don't know. But I would, I think. At least one of them, if not both of them. But I do remember this time last year when I was opening Gypsy Queen and pulling a lot of Aaron Judge. And I was talking to somebody about who was in the break who had the Yankees and, you know, saying, oh, I thought they were doing well with all the Aaron Judge hits and etc. And he said, oh, yeah, I've got a ton of Aaron Judge from, you know, when he's been coming up. Stanton, Tarot for the Yankees. And whatever. So we were going back and forth. And then somebody else, a completely different person, sends me this scathing message on eBay. Clayton Kershaw, Tarot insert, telling me basically, oh, I didn't know anything about baseball. If I thought Aaron Judge was a good hit or was going to be a good hit. And I, you know, basically just really, a really nasty, rude message about that. And I have often, after Aaron Judge heated up, I often have thought about both of those guys. Bettins's for the Yankees. The one who said he had a ton of Aaron Judge, thinking, boy, that guy's probably got a lot of money now because he probably sold a bunch of them. And the guy who sent me the message telling me I didn't know anything about anything and etc. So, you know, that was crazy. Scott Schebler for the Reds to 50, black and white parallel. Gabe just keeps on hitting them. But you never know, really. I mean, honestly, none of us do. We all just can kind of extrapolate from the information available from their minor league careers and or whatever they've done up to this point in the majors. We can kind of guess whether or not they're going to be good, but nobody knows for sure. It's like playing the stock market to a certain extent. We just hope we're backing the right player. But that's why I love Bowman. I love all the Bowman products because I like the prospecting. I mean, you have to buy and hold on them. It is really like stocks when you get into Bowman because sometimes you got to hold them for, you know, 4 or 5 years before you know if you've got anything. Other times not as long, but Bradley Zimmer, Indians, Fortune Teller Mini. And for the New York Yankees, Jordan Montgomery. Is Moncada's suspension over? Does anybody know? For the Red Sox, that is the logo swap. I would think it's got to be pretty close to being over with. Or was it Moncada? Anyway, that's not even who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Yuli Gurriel's who I'm thinking of. Moncada didn't get suspended. It was Yuli Gurriel that got suspended. Chapman for the Yankees. Blank team name. All right, we are rolling into the last few packs here. And when we finish looking through these, we will then recap our hits. We'll take a look at our autograph cards, our numbered cards, and our variations and short prints. And after we recap, I'll throw up the spreadsheet info again real quickly in case somebody missed it earlier. Or maybe somebody's watching the tape delay and they just fast forward to the end and that sort of thing. Oh, he's on the DL? I didn't know he was on the disabled list. What's going on with him? What did he do? Because it's only a 5-game suspension, so I'm thinking he's almost done. Good grief, he hadn't even started it. This is to 250 with the blue border. We are rolling upon the end here. Oh, we're gonna have one more of something come out, and it is Josh Bell to 250 for the Pirates. Is that your only team we were missing a hit for, Gabe? Was it the Pirates? Because if it was, we just found it. Well, I consider the numbered cards and short prints and things to be hits. I guess everybody, again, depends on the individual. Some people consider those hits and some don't, but I kind of do. So let's recap. We're going to start with this stack, which are our variations. So that, of course, is the blank team name. This is logo swap, capless variation, short print. That is base card short print, blank team name. And Joey Votto is the Bazooka back, which again, that's an entirely parallel set this year in Gypsy Queen. Cespedes, logo swap. Justin Smoke was the blank team name. Honus Wagner, I guess we had already hit a pirate for you. I forgot about Honus. Honus Wagner is a base card short print. Gary Sanchez, blank team name. Nice little Rhys Hoskins capless short print rookie hit for the Phillies. Logo swap George Springer. Base card short print Roger Clemens. Contreras is the Bazooka back parallel. Ruiz is blank team name. Koufax is base card short print as well as logo swap. 2 for 1 on that one. For the Yankees, Whitey Ford is a base card short print. Noah Syndergaard, logo swap. Nimmo for the Mets, blank team name. Logo swap for Quintana and the Cubs. This is Jackie Robinson Day parallel for the Indians with Edwin Encarnacion. Raziel Iglesias, blank team name for the Reds. Another Nimmo for the Mets. That one is the Bazooka back parallel. And a Sandy Koufax base card short print. Then we have Josh Bell for the Pirates to 250. To 250, Ender Inciarte for the Braves. Scott Schebler for my Cincinnati Reds, black and white parallel 250. Cole Calhoun to 250 for the Angels. Black and white parallel Carson Fulmer to 50 for the White Sox. Black and white parallel Rhys Hoskins for the Phillies to 50. Tommy Pham, Cardinals, 250. Jake Arrieta, Cubbies, 250. Didi Gregorius, Yankees, 250. For the Indians, Andrew Miller, 250 with the black and white parallel. And Carlos Martinez to 250 for the St. Louis Cardinals. Then our autograph hits, Jordan Montgomery for the Yankees. For the Texas Rangers, we have Matt Bush. Dustin Fowler for the A's. Cincinnati Reds, Adam Duvall. Our nice little patch card, which I love so much, Luis Severino. We even have a little pinstripe in it. Very cool, numbered to 50 for the Yankees. Atlanta Braves, Sean Newcomb, autograph and logo swap, both. And I'm sorry, numbered to 99. I didn't say that part. For the Nats, Coda Glover. For the Colorado Rockies, Ryan McMahon. For the Angels, Parker Bridwell. And then for the Cardinals, Tommy Pham. So, yeah, that's our break tonight. That's all we have for the whole evening, and that's it for Gypsy Queen, too. So, as promised, I will once again put up the spreadsheet information in case you are watching on tape delay, or you fast forwarded, or you missed it earlier, came in late, or something. Once again, your anticipated shipping date is Monday for Gypsy Queen. Could possibly go Saturday, but very doubtful. Could possibly slide to Tuesday, but I don't think so. I think Monday's probably pretty solid for that. And then once again, here's a look at our breaks coming up for the next 5 days. There is all kinds of stuff happening. There's always some memorabilia breaks and one box breaks mixed in with case breaks for football and basketball and baseball. And the back half of this Gypsy Queen case will break on Sunday, as will the back half of the Trinity Baseball case that we started earlier tonight will also be on Sunday. And then probably by the time we get to Wednesday, we'll be looking at some Diamond Kings, which comes out on Wednesday. We'll probably bust into some of that Wednesday night, along with some other odds and ends. So that's what we're looking at for the days ahead. So once again, thanks to everyone. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank goodness we're almost to the weekend. And until next time, take care. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.